wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Hello, happy Monday. Welcome to the KVJ show. Back after hopefully an awesome weekend.
Yeah.
Lots of fun, restful, relaxing, exciting. I don't know where you guys went with it.
Well, you're gonna have to ask the witch that one.
Okay.
I had smatterings of the witch over the weekend.
Oh, you did? You got a little taste, a little dabble?
Just a taste.
She popped into your life from time to time?
Boy, was that taste very potent.
Okay. A lot of flavor in that little taste?
It was, yeah.
Okay. I can only imagine.
He lives next door to one of my fun friends, and we like to tear it up a little bit. So,
okay.
Yes. After we went to do a little sip and shop on Sip and Shop.
You say you do a lot more sipping than shopping, though.
Yeah, I do sip, shop.
Okay. Well, it's good. It's probably better on the pocketbook that way.
Definitely.
Well, she knocked on my door, I guess. I didn't hear you. My door is very... If I'm in the back or if I'm in the shower, I can't hear it. And I was in the bathroom taking a shower, and I saw when I got out of the shower, my phone blew up a bunch of times. So I knew right then and there, Virginia's drunk. Because she texts me. If everything's cool, she'll just send me a text.
Just a normal text. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, when I see multiple missed calls by Virginia, either someone's dead or she's hammered.
Okay. There's only two options.
I knew someone wasn't dead. So I call her back, and she goes, I'm drunk.
Oh, boy.
All right, because you missed out on this. We could have seen each other, blah, blah, blah. So she's basically...
You missed out on this.
She's belittling me and tearing me apart, and I'm just listening on the phone going, what the hell's going on here?
How much fun you would have had.
And then she just goes, all right, bye, and then hangs up on me.
Well, I'm mad.
Okay.
Because I wanted a partner. I wanted a little play date.
Well, don't text me. I don't know what to tell you.
So this is your life now. Weekend drop-ins by Drunk Virginia?
It's...
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I told you should have lived in a gated community.
I'm kind of having some regret.
Yeah.
Some.
Time to move again?
Oh, yeah. The other... Well, I don't know. I don't know if I should blow it all out right now, but I got a message. I got mail over the weekend, and it said, hey, Jaybird, we are big fans of the show. Now, this is mail that came to my house. Blame Vicious V for us getting your address from her IG video, Instagram. Told you. I guess they tweeted it out to me. They said, because someone said, Virginia's giving out your address. And then someone else texted me and said, Virginia's giving out your address on social media.
How's she giving out your address?
She takes me home sometimes, and when she's taking me home, she'll film me walking to the door.
Yeah.
And she gives
I saw those, from Friday.
She gives my address in there.
Whoopsie.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's all right.
They all know where I live.
He's got a communal house now.
We always do a fun porch video when I drop him off because he likes to do funny little dance moves.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they love it on Instagram.
Oh, I'm sure,
It's all good. Don't be surprised if I do get murdered, because...
Easiest man to murder.
Easiest man.
Yeah, easiest man to murder.
And you know what? Some of that blood's on your hands, Nikki.
Oh.
I'm always amazed when I come in Monday morning and you're here.
Me too.
I'm like, oh, wow, okay, you made it another weekend. So here we are.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Man, crazy stuff over the weekend. Your girl Danica Patrick was walking her dogs, and I guess some coyotes came for the dogs, and she had to jump in, and she herself got attacked, and she's covered in bruises and scrapes and just pain from the incident, but saved her dog.
That happens a lot there.
Dang.
It was Jessica Simpson and I think Paris Hilton both had their dogs snatched up by the coyote.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't think Jessica's stood a chance.
No, they never found it.
No, they never found the dog.
That's sad.
The dog was by itself in the backyard.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's very sad. Wow. Tough. The Gronk is just so awesome, Kevin. I mean, I know you know this already. but I guess he has now caught a record ball.
Yeah, he set his own world record over the weekend. Got a lot of social media hype. Somebody dropped a football out of a helicopter. It was the record for, I guess, catch out of a helicopter, 625 feet.
One try.
I mean, it's annoying how he just always wins.
And to think he and Brady are on the same team.
I know, it's annoying.
They're too powerful. Good luck, and you better get used to it because they're not going anywhere. They're here for 3 more years.
And even when they're out of football, they're not gone. They're like the Kardashians. They're gonna be around.
Caitlyn Jenner is running for governor of California. The 71-year-old retired Olympian and former reality television star filed all of the necessary paperwork and is coming for you, Gavin Newsom. So
Okay.
they say there's a potential recall election. So are they kicking Gavin Newsom out?
Well, they're talking about doing a recall. It's got to get a lot of votes. A lot of things have to happen. I think that a lot of it was in response to what some people felt was his excessive lockdown ordinances. And, here you are, Florida's opened up and, DeSantis is tap dancing all over the stats. And in California, they're shut down and had more cases and all that stuff. And so people got a little testy.
Your boy DeSantis went to your little market you were talking about.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Caitlyn Jenner throwing the name in the ring. I don't know what's going to happen as far as like the whole blue state, red state. Caitlyn, for a long time, has been a Republican.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll stick or change or what.
I guess probably. I mean, you can be a Republican, I guess, and win the state. It's happened before.
The funny thing is, I didn't see anybody arguing about the nomination.
Caitlyn's changed more than her political party in her day, so
Yeah.
Caitlyn will change on you.
I thought I read that she was running under as a Republican. I could be wrong.
Probably. I mean, her policies and beliefs, I know that she's been very vocal about them, have pretty much been very conservative. So I can't imagine that you would run under anything else.
If I'm wrong, someone will let you know very quickly.
But do we care?
I don't.
It's so political. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Now back to the KVJ show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jay Bird?
That full moon that is out there looking all big and mysterious and
It is
magical. Well, I have a bunch of emails saved from my Weird and Whatever podcast about the moon stuff. And I remember this email. Someone said, I have a migraine problem that they've had it for 20 years, but they experience the migraine pain way more powerful during a full moon. And I'm wondering if anyone else has really bad headaches during that. Someone said, too, intestinal parasites are more active during the full moon when melatonin is low and the serotonin is high. So it causes all kind of weird stuff with your body. Bowel problems, they're saying, even period issues, menstrual cycles with the moon.
There are some people that just have it way worse than others, too. I feel like if you're like a moon baby, you are more affected than somebody who wasn't born under a moon sign or has all that moon juice in them.
Someone like myself who's clumsy just by nature, it increases during the moon time. And I burned my hand so bad on a pan this weekend. Moon? Coincidence? I think not.
What were you making?
Grilled cheese.
Ooh.
I know. I broke my cheese band. Remember I was supposed to...
You said you were going to have cheese for a month.
I actually forgot, and then I ate it, and they go, oh, yeah, I wasn't supposed to eat that.
Yeah, this is a whole to-do that Danny's coming here worried about how much cheese you're eating. You're like, not for a month am I going to touch cheese.
But the good thing is, though, I only ate 2. That was my only weakness. So that's good. That's all the cheese I had.
Oh, okay.
I'm slowing down at least.
Okay.
I'll keep it on the train. I'll keep that train on the tracks, I mean.
What?
I don't know. Moon, dog, the moon. It's
Yeah.
freaking us all out.
Virginia, what you got on your mind today?
Well, I told you I went with my girlfriends on Saturday, a little sip and shop, and had a great time. Kept the party going. Brought one of my friends back up to Tequesta with me, and kept the party going till the wee hours.
Okay.
And man, I woke up on Sunday. I'm like, oh, my back. I could barely move.
Uh-oh.
Like I did something horrible to my back. I'm like, what the hell did I do? And then I started going through the pictures on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
I figured out what I did.
What did you do?
You want to see?
Oh, yeah. I'd love to see. Yeah. Oh, you got your friend is riding you there like a. You did that down. Look at that, ladies.
That's going to leave a mark.
Wow.
Internally, you're going to
Giddy
feel
up,
that.
cowboy. Yeah. I show that on Kvj Tv so people can
That'll
see
do
that. Good heavens.
I guess we were playing pony rides, and
Yeah, you were.
I was the pony.
Yeah, that pony apparently threw its back out. How about that?
So, yeah, if you wake up with weird injuries, look back at your pictures on your phone. You can figure out what happened.
So
and
nice to have those phones, isn't it?
Thank
Kinda
goodness.
pieces together your weekend.
Is that after you knocked on my door and I didn't open up?
Yes.
Thank God I didn't open
That's
up the door.
what could have been going on in your living room, Jaybird.
You could have been the pony.
I was not mentally ready for that. Nah.
Yeah.
Giddy up.
Stone cold sober.
What I got on my mind here today, have you ever been in a situation where you actually paid for your pride? That can happen around here because you could go someplace that is maybe a little bit out of your league and it's a little fancy and you kind of get caught up and you don't want to look like, oh, okay, well, I don't belong
You
here.
don't want to look poor.
Yeah. Well, I told you that I'm kind of like dabbling now in the world of the Blanco tequilas, trying to figure that out. It's a new little thing I'm
Yes.
trying to learn.
It's very upscale and fancy, too.
It is. I like it. It's just it's good stuff. Nice little burning alcohol for me. It seems to work out. I've really kind of enjoyed it. But I'm going through because I realize that tequila can get really high end. So when I go on the distiller.com or whatever it might be, I'm looking for the bottles 50 and under.
Gotcha.
So that's my pressure. I'm in the
Yeah.
poor man tequila game. I don't want the ratchet stuff that was made in somebody's bathtub. But at the same time, I don't want to spend over $50 a bottle. Well,
And you're just getting started.
I am.
It's good to start at the bottom.
I don't really know anything about it.
Right.
So on Friday, my cousins are like hanging out, and he's a Palm Beach kind of crowd guy. A lot of his business people are over there on the Palm Beach, and so he's like, "Hey, we're over here. Why don't you guys come over and join us for a drink?"
Where
So
were they?
we wound up going to start at Bricktops and went to Buchan.
Oh, I love Buchan.
Yeah. So and it's lovely, boy. First of all, man, Palm Beach is jamming. I could not believe
Well, they
every
got the vaccines before everybody.
every restaurant is packed, and
Yeah.
there were really no masks. I mean, it was just I don't know if I've not that I hang out there often, so I don't have a lot.
They've
to
been
base it on, but-
vaccinated for a while.
Oh, they have the magic vials. It's full. It's some kind of vampire blood they get.
Well, they got it first.
Yeah, they get it
Yeah,
first.
I don't know when I seen it so jamming. I mean, it was just packed, and so we're standing there, and I realized hey, I'm out of my element because I'm looking outside, and all there is Lamborghinis zipping by and all that kind of stuff, and so my wife went to the bar, and she's like, "Oh, I'll go get you a tequila." I'm like, "Okay, great." She came back and she handed me, I guess, it was 1,800 or something like that. And so she was up at the bar and she got it, and the bartender's like, "Okay, how do you want it?" And she's like, "I don't know, in a glass." And she's
Neat.
like, neat. And
Yes, you got to say neat.
so she wound up neat. She gets the shot. It's about 1.5 ounces of alcohol. Guess the price.
Oh, boy.
25 bones.
Okay, it's a good guess. Virginia, what do you think?
Bricktops, Palm Beach.
This is Buchan.
Oh, it's Buchan.
Yeah.
Even more.
This one's Buchan. Yeah.
I'm going to say $59.
It's a good guess. 40.
Damn.
I boo can't.
Remember, I had my 40th birthday there. And
Yeah.
it was a rager.
Okay.
And it only cost her $17,000.
Oh my! I couldn't even imagine.
I had to pull out a Discover card. It took me 9 months to pay that party off.
Do you remember how much it
Wow.
was?
I do, and I got a discount. I got a deep discount because my friends run it.
Yeah.
How much was it?
Oh, it was right around $2,000.
Wow, that's with the discount.
That was at the discount. That was with a deep discount.
And so my wife had that moment where she sets it down. She's like, yeah, $40. And I was like, you know that moment where you're just like, $40 for an ounce and a half of alcohol? Like, what are we talking about here? But, because you don't want to look like, oh, she paid the $40 and she came back. And I've never had an ounce and a half last for 2 hours before.
If you would have asked for it messy instead of neat, is that a discount?
Don't know what that is.
I don't know what neat is, so.
Neat just means there's no ice.
Wow.
Then just say no ice, you fancy.
Okay.
Okay, somebody's angry.
I know. Yeah, I hear. I'm learning too, Bird. So that was
I am angry.
that was
rich
an
people.
expensive lesson. But I've had that happen. There's just places now where I had that happen one time. I was at Fontainebleau and went up there.
Oh,
and
they're ridiculous with their prices.
I just got a drink. Like, I think it was like a beer or something like that. It was like $25. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they are ridiculous at the Fontainebleau.
Yeah, and I've gotten to the point where I hardly ever get alcohol when I'm out now because it's absolutely insane, the markups of some of these places.
Well, now you kind of understand why people smuggle airplane bottles in their bra. You're like,
no doubt.
Okay.
I mean, the markup on that is insane, right?
It's the same reason people sneak sandwiches into the movie theater. It just gets too expensive. Is this on? Oh my god!
Oh, someone's trying to be in the conversation. Bless your
I
heart.
don't get you fancy, neat drinkers.
You're adorable. You want to play this weekend?
And I don't.
You want to be a pony?
But the one thing on the cheaper tequila tip, I do appreciate all the advice that people do send me. And I was in the ABC Liquors over the weekend, and I almost got Clooney's tequila. And the person there said, try the rocks. Terramana Blanco tequila. It's about $16 cheaper a bottle. Which, like I said, I'm going for price around $30.
Okay.
Which, it's doable. And it's decent. I had, I'd read that you're not supposed to really freeze it, put it in the freezer, because a true tequila drinker, appreciated it warm because it has more flavors. The rocks needs to be frozen. But when it's frozen, it was okay.
You know where you need to go? You need to go to Calaveras Cantina in Harborside.
I know, talked about that.
Because their bartenders and their waiters know a lot about tequilas, mezcals, all of that. You can get a little education in there.
And that's what I want. I want to learn the tequila, so if anybody knows of a good place to go.
Calaveras Cantina.
Yeah, I'll put that on the list.
I had a bad experience with tequila. I was mixing it with red Kool-Aid, and it did not go well together.
Oh, my God.
That
So
sounds terrible.
it kind of
Where
ruined,
did you find him?
It kind of ruined tequila for me.
Yeah, well, it should have ruined red Kool-Aid.
Still love it. Still love it.
Oddly enough, that's the one you walk away with loving. So there you go. Lesson learned.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
It was a really busy weekend. There were a lot of cool things that were going on over the weekend. One of those things, the Delray Beach Market had their grand opening on Saturday.
I saw the pictures.
Yeah, there was a big to-do there. I went out in the morning, got there probably at about 10. And, I'd seen it was open at 9. I couldn't wait to go check it out. 4 stories, huge, 27 vendors, Florida's largest food hall. And the thing that they do is you're going to get a bunch of really cool mom and pop food type places. They got, cocktail, craft cocktails and things like that in there that you can get. So there's a huge variety of it. But they don't do anything that's a chain. Like, you're not going to have a Starbucks in there, because their philosophy, and I like it, is that you can get that right next to where you live. They want people to come from all over to experience a whole bunch of variety of food. There's a lot of different kind of cultural food and things that you can get. You can pop in there and be like, oh my gosh, the variety is amazing. And you won't really see any of these food places anywhere else.
And quite a few of those vendors are restaurant owners that had to close their freestanding restaurants because of COVID. Mm-hmm. And they can be in this space for a fraction of the cost, but still be able to do what they love and try to get back on their feet following the closure of a lot of their restaurants.
Yeah, so it looked really cool. I didn't get to go in because I got there And they're like, oh, we're doing the opening festivities. We should be done an hour, hour and a half. I'm like, okay. Yeah, it was, they had DeSantis out there and all kinds of stuff was going on. And so they weren't letting anybody in until they got, done with the jugglers and the magic tricks and, everything else. And I'm like, okay, I ain't got time for magic.
She'd be like, I am the Kevin Ralston.
And,
I should be flanking the governor.
No, DeSantis, He's
got better hair.
Yeah, he does.
Was
have
it about
great
the hair?
Yeah, he does have great hair. Really good hair. So I went on over the weekend. You had some beach polo that was going on. You had the Bourbon and Bacon Fest out in Wellington. So
was there a lot of people out there for that event? I wonder. The old Bourbon and Bacon Fest.
I imagine it does pretty well. I didn't get out there.
Oh, the Queen didn't want to go.
Well, no, but part of it is I didn't know about parking, and it might have been kind of a to-do. And we were, kind of east based. It was a little bit west.
Gotcha.
So.
It sounded fun though.
Absolutely, I'm sure it's an amazing event. I've been there before. I was going out to one, and it's a great event. So if you didn't make it out this year, plan to go back. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff that's out there. And also, because my wife and I, what we did was we kind of got into the juicing thing this weekend. We gave it another try.
Sounds awful.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah. Everybody got their thing. Yeah,
guess we had different kind of weekends, baby.
Yeah.
I got into some juice too, but it was grape juice.
Yeah. We asked the question up on our Facebook page. We said, ever been excited to get something, but now you never use it? And I kind of got that idea because I got in a Facebook message. I've been talking about the juicing, and thank you very much to Ren. She had said, hey, I got a juicer that I've just had sitting here, and I just want it out of my house. So met up with her on Saturday. That was kind of where I had to run off to.
During the October month of death back last year when I thought I was dying, I bought all these juicers and stuff like that and I used it during October, never to be used ever again.
Well, you know what was interesting? Because from this, and there were a gazillion comments on our Facebook page, so a lot of people do this. So if you've rushed out to get something you're excited to use, don't feel bad, because there's a lot of people that do this. They get that impulsive buy and they think that it's going to change their life, and then they get it home and sometimes they don't even take it out of the box. But I noticed there was a trend. 5 of the items most frequently used, and here's the right order, top 5 items that our audience was saying that they've rushed out to buy and then they never used. Number 1 is the Instapot. A lot of people are talking about that. I didn't really know what it was. It looks like you throw a bunch of stuff in it and just poof, it makes magical food.
It's a crock pot, basically.
Okay.
So what does that mean? You throw noodles up in there and then...
You remember your mama had one, I'm sure, back in the 70s. You just put all kind of vegetables, a broth, and some meat, and then you put the lid on it, and it cooks down all day.
Okay, it doesn't cook it instantly.
No.
Got ya.
I think it takes a while, right?
I guess. Somebody even said in one of the comments I saw they made their yogurt in it, so I don't know what all it does. It seems magical.
That does seem magical.
Yeah, but that was the number one thing. A lot of people said, yeah, I got the Instapot and never even used it.
Would I like that? Is that something I would use a lot, you think?
I could see you getting down with a crock pot.
Cheese I'd put in there, probably.
Yeah.
Bean dip.
Yeah.
All right.
My wife went on an Instapot run. We were using it continuously for about 2 months, and then it's, for whatever reason, it got put up on the shelf, and it's been sitting there for a while.
Pasta you do in there?
I don't know if I would do pasta in it. I would do vegetables in a broth.
Yeah, we always do like a stew. She'd throw a bunch of vegetables and some meat in there and let it sit for a while and simmer.
It cooks on a really low heat for a longer time, I think, if it's the same concept as a crock pot. And then like it gets like really succulent.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm crock pot curious.
Yeah. Good stews.
Okay, stews.
stews.
All right.
I brought a little mini one to your house the other day with that cheese dip
The
in
bean dip.
Okay.
God, yeah.
Cheesy bean dip.
Yeah, so that was the number one thing that people were excited to get, but then they've never used it. Number 2 is the Roomba. Rachel said, my Roomba, I love the idea of a robot vacuum, but it actually annoys me and gets stuck on the area rugs.
I think Sweet Suits and Sweet Denny's was telling me I would love a Roomba, and that they think it's good.
You should get one. I have one. I think it'd be perfect for you.
You vouch for the Roomba?
I do.
And you vouch for the crock pot? Okay.
Okay. So
Look at you. You're so grown up
She's vouching
these days.
for all the appliances you're going to get and never use.
I know. I don't want none
You're
of it.
going to waste hundreds of dollars now after the segment. Number 3 was the air fryer. Lisa said it was overrated and took up too much space.
Dang.
That's another thing I want. I want the air fryer. I feel like I would use the air fryer.
You love that concept.
Yeah, I was surprised by some of these things that people were saying most frequently were excited to get and then they've never used it. Number 4 was the juicer. Rachel said, my juicer, after seeing the documentary Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead in 2011, I thought that a juicer was a step in the right direction for my health, and I've used it probably 5 times in the past 10 years.
Gosh, that documentary sounds horrible. Man, don't watch that on a Friday night.
Ruin your
Oh
weekend.
my gosh.
And then number 5 was exercise equipment, a variety. Like Lisa said, the Bowflex commercial that sucked us in. And now I got to remind everybody not to touch it because they'll knock the dust off of it.
I bought a treadmill 2 years ago. Ask me where my treadmill's at.
You gave it to your
My
sister.
sister's house.
Okay. Yeah, those are the top 5 things that I saw people. So maybe something if you're excited to run out and get it. You know, maybe the funny thing about it was people were like doing what I had done with Ren. They're like going, hey, how much for that? So there's a little swap shop thing going on there.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is awesome
Yeah.
for that sort of thing. I'm going to put a bunch of stuff up for sale, including a jet ski, very soon.
I'm afraid what you got me, that George Foreman grill, I was excited to get it. And I was looking at it over the weekend. There's a lot of parts to it. And it's going to be one of those things where I think
I'll
it's
come
going to be in
over.
the corner.
No, I'll come over and
okay.
put it together for you so you don't have to worry about that.
Am I going to use that thing?
I think you may use it. You can use it like a panini press.
Would you use it, Kev? The Foreman grill?
Yeah, I would. In fact, my wife, she uses it every single day. We have just a smaller one. I told you she does that cheese thing, put some pepperoni in it. It's kind of like a little keto pizza.
That George Foreman grill, you gave me that like 8 years ago at Christmas. It has stayed in the box. I never used it once, and so I gave it back to you last weekend.
And I think I'm about to give it to the Ralstons.
No, I'll come over and set it up for you, pumpkin.
Some of the other items people were excited to get that they never used. Allison said, yeah, a boat. BOAT. Break out another 1,000.
Dang.
Yeah, I've heard that. Some people get all excited about getting a boat and they get it, and then it's just, too much with the repairs.
If your boat's not in the water behind your house, you don't go on it as much as you think you would. When you have
you
to
might be right.
drive to
Yeah.
the marina and you gotta
They gotta
do
go
all
get it
that, you
and
gotta
take
get
it,
the
yeah.
boat, and you gotta clean the boat.
well, it's
and
like, it's like 2 hours before you even get in the water.
It's a to-do.
It's a to-do, and that's the same thing with the jet ski, too.
Yeah.
And that's why, our jet ski is not in the water anymore. Uh-huh. And now it's in my garage. Has it been used once since we pulled it out of the water? No.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be? No.
Remember the jet ski days when she was about to buy the
Oh,
jet
yeah,
ski?
a lot of excitement on that.
And it was great when it was easy.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's in the garage, I'm not towing that thing to the boat ramp. Could you
Yeah.
see me on a boat ramp? No.
A couple other items that people had, and this is kind of a warning if you're excited to go out and buy these. People are buying them and not using them. Lauren had said my inflatable pool. A lot of stuff people went out during the quarantine and got. She said it's now a deflated pile of rubber in my garage. Kate said a metal detector. You're looking for things you could do by yourself on the beach. Thought it'd be a lot of fun. It was really boring.
And then you realize it sucks because the most you found is a quarter.
Yeah. Tony got a sewing machine, never used it. Amelia, bread maker, pasta roller, soda stream, foot massager, all the kind of things I've seen. And Danielle got a unicycle.
Oh, y'all take that stuff to eBay. Y'all take that stuff to Facebook Marketplace. Let it go.
I'm the kind of guy that will buy a unicycle off of you.
Yeah, so there you go. Want to jump in on the conversation, get to our KVJ Show Facebook page. A lot of fun things you can interact on. Go to Facebook. Make sure you subscribe while you're there. Got some other birthdays going on here today. Happy birthday to Channing Tatum. Jaybird's boys turning 41 today.
Modern day Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, I know you got a lot of love for him. Melania Trump, former First Lady's 51 today. T-Boz, remember her from TLC? She is 51. Kevin James, Delray Beach resident, was at the Palm Beach Improv over the weekend. He turns 56 today. And Carol Burnett turns 88 years old today. So happy birthday to all of them. Also got a happy birthday to Farrah, turning 40, from Chrissy Joe Braylon and Cadence. Also, happy birthday, got to say, to Jay, Stella, Zoe, Riley, Maui, Pepper, Stewie, and Marley. Got a happy 9th birthday to Kylie from Mom, Dad, and Sissy. Happy sweet 16th birthday to Sassy Mia. So proud of you. Love you so much from Dad, Karen, William, and Juliet. Karen had sent that in. Also, happy birthday to Lester, the non-flat top cop.
Okay.
Cherokee sent that in. Yeah, he's a good dude. Always got to see him at the beer fest. Can't wait to get back to those.
Lester.
Yep. Also, happy birthday to the bravest dad in the world, Gene, celebrating his 70th birthday in Royal Palm today. From Stacy, Skip, and the Fur Babies. Got a photo from them back in the day. They'd done a before and after, and it was really cute to see what they look like today. They're high school sweethearts.
Adorable.
Yes, it was. Also, we got a birthday wish to Brandon. He's turning 9 from Mommy, Grandma, Grandpa, Gracie, and Lady. A photo of him there on KVJ TV.
9.
Cutie.
That's a big one. 9.
It is.
Also, a happy birthday to my favoritist niece, Adeline, from Auntie Toon, and also my adopted twin, Amber. Their birthdays are both on Sunday. Thank you. Love you guys. Jules sent that in. Got a birthday you want to send into the KVJ show? Let us know about it. Mail at kvjshow.com. mail at kvjshow.com. And we'll be happy to get it on the birthdays here for the KVJ show. People are letting us know, just to clarify on that Instapot, we were talking about the items that you bought and never used. Number one that people were saying was the Instapot. Maybe they should. People were saying it's a pressure cooker, not really the same as a crock pot. It's almost instant. It takes about a third of the time to cook things, like yogurt, rice, etc. You can get home from work, put frozen meat and veggies and stuff in it, and your dinner's ready in like 20 minutes. Somebody else said that I put some ribs in it, which takes hours on a smoker and only takes 45 minutes in the Instapot.
Dang, a pressure cooker. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What about spaghetti? Is that instant?
3 seconds.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's where yeah. That's what we want.
He got all excited and couldn't talk.
Nothing about the pastas. So we'll see. So do you listen to what your stepmom had said and listen to her wishes, or do you ignore them to go see your grandmother, who is well into her 90s? Is that correct, Virginia?
That is correct.
Okay. This is a really tough family decision to make. You'd broke down what was going on with your stepmom, and that's really tough. You had said that she's got several brain tumors, and it just is rough where she is. It's basically, it sounds like a terminal diagnosis that she was given.
Yeah, and, they gave her the option, okay, if you do this chemo and this radiation, then you may extend your life a few months, maybe even a year. We don't know. But so she said, yes, I want to do the chemo. I want to do the radiation. So that's what she's been doing for the past, I think, 6 weeks.
Okay.
And it didn't shrink any of the tumors. There's more tumors.
Oh, wow.
More tumors have grown.
Yeah.
And apparently this has been super grueling because of, what your body has to go
is.
through with the
Yeah.
chemo and the radiation and the steroids, and just, it's awful.
It is tough.
I won't even tell. I'll spare you the heartbreaking details, but it's terrible. And yeah, none of it worked. So now I think she's just like, I don't know if I'm going to do it again.
Yeah. It's got to be a personal decision, but I think I was telling you as we were texting back and forth, my parents have both told me that they will seek no treatments for cancer. So if they get it, they get it, and they'll ride it out. So, everybody's got to make their own decisions about what they want to do. And I think, for some people, and doctors may tell you, past a certain age, you may look at it and say, hey, if you're young, yeah, go fight. You got a whole life.
Right.
Go and beat it and conquer it. Maybe past a certain age, you just say, hey, look, this is the inevitable. Death is undefeated. So,
Yeah. Death wins every time.
Yeah. So, we're all going to lose. You just got to figure out how you want to lose. So, but it's a personal choice. And so she's decided to do it. Whatever she decides to do, her blessings.
And she's really in it right now.
Sure.
So,
It's tough.
my sister who lives there by them, my one sister lives by them, my other sister lives in New Orleans. But the sister that lives by them said that she thinks I should ignore my stepmom. That's her mother.
Yeah.
She said, ignore her mother
Yeah.
and come anyway.
Yeah.
And she said what she'll do is she'll go over to the house and stay with my stepmom so my dad can leave and come spend time with me and grandma and my other sister.
That seems like a good move.
And we just won't tell her. and we don't want to upset her.
Right.
We don't want to have her think we're disobeying her dying wish. I mean, good Lord,
Well,
that feels so evil.
It's odd that she's putting this on the family that you can't come at all, even if it's not to see me. And I can understand being like, look, I'm not in the mood for company. I don't have the strength and whatever. But that's not even the issue. She's just saying you're not allowed to set foot in this city because I'm here, and you can't go see grandma. And that seems to overstretch the bounds of respect to her condition. But
I think what the problem is, too, from what my sisters are telling me,
yeah.
she's really become hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Borderline abusive. And it's like, okay, when do you like get help? Because they don't have anybody who's helping them. And my dad apparently is just going through
Sure.
it.
Yeah, it's brutal on families. It's tough. I can't even imagine what your stepmom is having to go through and how it affects you. You just think about when you're cranky, and think about everything else that's going on with her body and what she's trying to deal with. So you try to give as much forgiveness as you can.
Totally.
Of course. Yeah, she's struggling beyond belief.
But my sister said it's hard to watch.
Sure, I can imagine that.
Because she's really taking it out on him. Like it's his fault that she has the brain tumor. Like it's kind of weird. And I never thought this would be what I'm worried about my dad and how he's going to look on the back side of this. It looks like it's taking years off his life.
Well, you got to
and
remember,
he doesn't even have tumors.
You know what they say? That's the cancer talking. So that's really kind of what it is. And you just have to look at that. When she says things that are not kind and she's in moods, you got to say, hey, look, that's not the woman I fell in love with and married. That is the cancer that is talking through her. And so give that the respect. But at the same time, I think you go and she doesn't get carte blanche to, decide what everybody in their life does.
Yeah, so we're going to go the last week of July.
Okay.
That whole week, I'm going to take the whole
for you.
week,
Yeah.
drive up there with the kids, spend time with grandma, spend time with my sisters, spend time with my dad.
Good for you.
What he's
Yeah.
allowed to do.
That's good. Well, it'll be good. I think your dad would probably need a break too.
Amen.
I'm sure it's I've seen people go through it, and cancer is hard not just on the person that has it. So glad to hear that's happening. Coming up here on the KVJ show, going to be doing Around to Think Fast. So you guys will give you a little heads up, about 15 minutes to wake up.
How you feel, Bird?
Bird's rubbing his eyes. He looks like he's about to take a nap over there.
No, I'm not. I was just.
you okay?
I'm not.
Wake up, Bird.
I'm just reading your body language.
Don't say that after she just said that sad cancer story. I'm over here snoozing.
Sorry
Yeah.
about my tune-out cancer story.
You're pouring your heart out, and Bird's napping.
That is not true at all.
Damn. A friend's a douche.
Hey, Virginia, can you wake me up when the story's over?
I was just listening.
Wake me up when you're ready to smile.
Cancer, blah, blah, blah,
You don't
blah,
need
blah, blah, blah.
You don't need Goofy Pants adding anything on it. I wanted to be respectful. Jeez. Oh my God.
I don't know if a nap is respectful.
I was not sleeping. Take that back.
Okay, got a couple of questions here for you. Who on the show is most likely to give a random kid the middle finger? Who on the show is most likely to do that?
I think we know that.
You lean in Virginia, too.
She rides a broom and she drinks a lot.
I might give one to one of my kids. Random.
Right. That would count. That would count. Who on the show is most likely to laugh at a funeral? Okay, laugh at a
Kevin.
funeral. Yeah.
Because you laugh when stuff is awkward and uncomfortable.
I do. I was raised that way. My dad is that way. And I remember all the way back, my first memory of that was when my grandfather, my mom's and my maternal grandfather, passed away. And they were lowering his casket down into the hole. And he had an older, more feeble brother who was watching as the casket went down. And we walked by, and my dad's like, hey, Kev, save a little time. Just kick him in. And I remember my mom was horrified. I couldn't stop laughing. And it was the darkest, most sick comment I've ever heard. But I learned that from my dad, who he doesn't really, sadness. I got that from him. We don't
That's
we don't
what
have
happened.
the sadness switch.
We don't grab it very well. It's tough for us to deal with. I think sadness is so overpowering for both of us that we go to humor instead. And for anyone else, you look on in horror as we're laughing and enjoying
No.
ourselves. But usually the harder we laugh, the more sad we are.
You can't judge people how they deal with death. Everyone does it differently. It's a heavy situation and
Yeah.
all laughter. We do that too in the
I will be
Pennington
cracking
house.
jokes at all your funerals.
Good, I want it.
Yes, just so they'll be sick, very dark, very inappropriate jokes. Who on the show is most likely to be hospitalized for partying too hard? Virginia, can we see Exhibit A? You show that video from Saturday.
It's pretty fun.
Here's the thing, though. She's like the Terminator. She
Yeah,
doesn't
you're
go
right.
down and get hurt.
That's true.
I get hurt.
That's
she
true.
doesn't.
That's true.
I do take a little day to rest.
She should get hurt. Yeah, if you had the video where you were, where your friend was riding you like a stallion.
Oh yeah, that's I'm a pony.
Yeah, from Saturday. There you go. See, and you woke up with a sore back.
I'm like, why is my back sore?
Yeah, that would be it.
That would turn my spine into dust if somebody did that.
But I think you're right, Jaybird. I think you are most likely to be hospitalized.
She's too good.
Yeah.
She's too strong.
Yeah. Who on the KVJ show is most likely to become a stalker? It's got to be Virginia. right?
Virginia.
Yeah, get in
Yeah.
the bushes.
Definitely.
If anybody ever like hurt like one of my children,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm right there already. I go through it every time something
I think
bad.
you just openly harass that person, though. I mean, stalking, I think, is an element of surprise and
I do
being
like.
covert.
I almost was stalking a couple weeks ago, and I had to stop myself when I was
okay.
asking my cop friend for somebody's address because I really was gonna go over there and figure it all out. And then I was like, "Wait, no, you got to step back. You're crazy."
Yeah. Okay. No, you're going to win that one.
Yeah.
Who on the KVJ show is most likely to die in their sleep?
Definitely me.
Think so?
Absolutely. Yeah. I thrash.
Choke on a pizza crust.
I walk into things. I sleepwalk. I have a history of that. It's definitely me.
When I think die in their sleep, though, I almost think more of peaceful. Like they've lived a good, long life, and then they just lay down
Oh,
one
no.
night and don't wake up.
His death, whenever it happens, will be horrific.
Yeah, like a ceiling fan will fall on my neck and decapitate me.
Yeah.
It's going to be awful.
On the other end of it, I think Denny's is most likely to die in his sleep, but I think his will be a Zen Buddhist type of death. Where he'll lay down, his arms will be neatly crossed over his chest, and then Denny's will just slip into the great unknown.
Well, we all want that. I mean, that's the goal. But, I've always told you I want to be in the woods around 65 degrees out, surrounded by monks, hearing their chants as I die in my sleep. But what are the odds of that happening? You have to really line that thing
It's
up.
hard to set up.
It's hard to set up.
Yeah.
Monks, it feels expensive.
Yeah, I don't know any monks. I don't think
I know a Bill Monk.
I know Monk in the Trunk, the brewery.
that would work.
All right, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, okay.
Barrel of Monks. Oh, we actually do know monks.
All right.
Who on the KVJ show is most likely to accidentally run someone over with their car?
I mean, I think he's already got a kill count.
Yeah, I think it's Bird.
He's got animals. You haven't killed a person yet, right?
No, I did run over a boy, though.
He's okay?
Oh, he was fine, but it was the first time I had met my girlfriend's mom at the time, and she's waving to us as I'm backing out, and I've completely swiped this kid on a bike. He was okay, though. It's a long time ago. I learned a lot since then.
Okay.
I'm not a good driver. I don't know.
All right, there you go. All right, coming up, that Think Fast. You want to get maybe a Cuban coffee in your Bird?
Do we have some?
Nope.
Oh, man.
You know what's here, though?
I'm not doing a bird bomb. I can't.
No, the new vending machine arrived.
Uh-oh.
The new vending machine is
Okay.
back in the back.
Bird, you need to make a video of that.
I will.
Go
That's
get it,
big
girl.
stuff.
Get it.
All right.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
All right, y'all, time to think fast. Oh, yeah. We got Virginia, Jaybird, and Denny's. Trying to see whose mind is up and alert this morning.
Man, it's cold in here.
Yeah?
Quit crying like a little bitch. Ever since he gave that kidney,
Yeah, I
he
know,
catches
right?
a chill real
does.
quick.
Said the witch who's got a cloak on right now.
She's got to wear it.
I mean, look at that thing.
Yeah.
I'm cozy.
Okay. Here we go. Got different topics here. You got to try to come up with the best answer you can and the fastest. Suits is going to help me judge whether or not these qualify and count. All right, first up, think fast. Something you might find in your dog's poo that starts with the letter B.
Balloons.
Oh, Virginia.
Wow.
Wow.
Jeez, balloons.
Dang. Pretty good. Yeah, she's awake. Isn't it amazing how she rebounds from a tough, brutal weekend like that?
I know. It just seems like yesterday she was screaming sweet nothings to my ear and hanging up on the phone on me.
You suck. Click.
Okay, next up, think fast. An airline starting with the letter J.
Jet Airline.
JetBlue.
What'd you say, Jaybird?
Jet Airline.
Is that what he said?
We're going to be accepting JetBlue.
It's an off-brand of JetBlue. It's just for Canadians.
It's just for Canadians.
Okay, Virginia and Denny's on the board here so far.
Come on, Chili.
Okay, next up, think fast. A rank in the Catholic Church that starts with the letter B.
Baptist. Oh, jeez.
What'd you say, Denny's?
Baptist.
Okay, we'll give it to Bishop over there.
Ooh.
Okay.
Chili Willie's back in the game.
All right. Okay, next up, we're all tied at 1 apiece. Think fast. Something you keep in the freezer that starts with the letter W.
Watermelon.
Watermelon, okay. All right, guess we can go with that.
I like to put watermelon chunks in my champagne and make champagne watermelon mimosas now. Fresh.
Oh, that's what a nice hack that is, Virginia.
So good because watermelon has electrolytes. It's good for your hangover.
Brilliant.
Take
You're
it.
taking care of the problem as you're creating it.
Yes, I am the problem, but I'm also the solution.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't say anything's been taken care of.
Yeah. Okay, Virginia, now with the lead and think fast. Okay, name another language that starts with the letter M.
Mongolia.
Mandarin.
Very nice, Denny.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that came out weird.
It didn't come out easy.
You speed bumped it.
Yes.
It's like you were trying to say it in Mandarin.
Mandarin.
Okay, Bird is now trailing Virginia and Denny's. Okay, think fast. It's a type of hat that starts with the letter D.
Derby. Oh! Coming up this weekend, it's the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah. Big hats.
I'll be out at the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Come see me.
Oh.
Plug.
Okay.
Say the words.
You're eliminated.
No, those words.
Why don't you go get a jacket and come back?
All right.
Did you go to the vending machine?
What happened at the vending machine?
Oh, you were there. Don't you're the worst actress.
What happened?
It's kind of disappointing, dog.
Oh, no.
And there's a sign you can't use it.
Hey, everybody look at the new vending machine. Looks a lot like the old vending machine.
I wrote like 3 blogs about that thing.
I know, you really
we were getting-
put some time into it.
thought we were getting sandwiches.
There ain't a sandwich in there.
No.
And it's not operational yet. There's a big sign on it that says don't
no.
use.
It's like going to Outback and say, here's a steak you can't eat. It's weird.
Really?
That's what it's like, kind of.
That's what it's like?
Yeah.
Can I get amen?
Amen.
Where were you, Denny's, on that?
Okay, it's between Virginia and Denny's. Denny's, you got to get all of these right to win.
Come on, Denny's.
Look at you with your fresh haircut.
That's right.
That thing
clean.
is popping on KVJ TV.
Suits has got one, too. Suits is all nice and trimmed, too.
Look at there's no more dirty hippie.
Only
We broke
one.
up. Just
Yeah.
one dirty hippie.
Yeah.
I'm on my own path now, Virginia.
Yeah.
I must do this alone.
A loner, a rebel.
Okay, think fast. Something that will give you bad breath that starts with the letter C.
Cheese.
Calamari.
You're not playing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get excited.
Shut up.
Does calamari count?
It's fishy.
It does
Denny's?
count.
Anything?
Chili powder. Gives you bad breath.
Calamari does count. I mean, she did tell me to shut up.
Aquatic.
Yeah. Don't love you the one, but I think I'll give it to Virginia because she was first. Coffee.
Coffee. Yes.
Believe me, she's had calamari before, and it does make her
It
breath
does
smell
make her
very
breath.
bad.
Yeah, we'll give her credit. It seems like it should work. Okay, Virginia is the Think Fast champ for this week.
Suck it.
Yeah.
Suck it, ladies.
There you go. All right, who do we need to call out here today? I thought this was kind of funny because Key actually said, I want to call myself out for leaving you multiple mic drops like 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty
love
sure they got
that.
very weird. They did get very weird. You could tell you were probably hammered.
We encourage that sort of
Yes,
behavior.
we'll take it.
That's what the mic drop feature is for on our app. We
Yeah.
want you to leave us drunk messages.
It was cool. In fact, we got a lot of people doing call-em outs through the mic drop feature. It is on the free 97.9 WRMF app. You go to the hamburger menu, you'll see the mic drop. You can go there, and when you leave a message up to 30 seconds, it comes here to the studio so we can play it on the air, and we will for your call-em outs. Okay, here we go with your call-em outs here today, letting people know what they've done right and wrong, trying to shape social behavior by being like, okay, that's just something we don't accept around here. Let us know what it is. We can hopefully learn something from this as well. You can call in or text in your call-em outs right now, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. A lot of people use our mic drop feature to get theirs in. That is on our 97.9 WRMF app in the hamburger menu. Like Coleman had sent this one in, I believe.
I hope that Amanda from Jupiter is listening. You are the worst first date that I've ever been on, all right? You're not as hot as you think you are. And really, honestly, you're too old to be wearing what you wore on our first date. It was a bit much. You know you're not that young. There's no wonder that you've been actually divorced twice already, okay? You need to go home, work on your daddy issues. That's what makes you so unlikable.
Damn.
Wow, that's quite a date they had.
She did a lot wrong, according to him.
What was her name? You say did he say-
Amanda.
Amanda.
Jupiter, yeah.
Amanda
Okay.
from Jupiter.
All right, there you go. Got a call-em out here from Gloria that was sent in through the mic drop feature.
I'm calling out my sister. She got our 75-year-old father hooked on pot. Our dad was such an active man until about 2 years. That's when my youngest sister introduced him to weed edibles. Now, that's all my father wants to do. He just wants to stay home, stoned, while watching reruns of Monk. But thanks to my sister, Dad is now a weed zombie.
My man's just smoking it up, eating some edibles, and watching Monk.
Yeah, you know.
Is he happy?
Yeah, right. Maybe he's enjoying life more than ever before.
And how old is he? If he's in his, olden years, I don't know, let the man be.
Yeah. I mean, he's a free man. He's making his own choices, right?
I mean, to be quite honest, it kind of sounds cozy.
Yeah, you'd think. Let me see. Got an email here from Ken in Lake Worth. He's got to call him out. He said, got to respectfully call out Jaybird. Thankfully, this can be a learning opportunity about how you need to put a fire ring around your campfire and make sure that there are no combustible materials surrounding it. So I guess he'd seen your camping video, and he gives a detailed instruction about creating a fire ring, using rocks if available.
Only you can prevent forest
Yeah.
fires, you douche.
Yeah.
I didn't make the fire.
But it's fun to blame you, so what is the matter with you?
Man, I get called out for everything.
You didn't have a protective fire ring? Dude.
Yeah.
I didn't have my rocks.
Fire 101, bruh.
Properly, Ken says you got to dig a hole about 3 feet in diameter and about 8 to 10 inches deep.
Well, let's get Bigfoot on the phone.
Yeah, let him know he's being called out.
He built the fire. I just ate the food off of it.
Got somebody calling out the people who live behind me, deafening music and yelling over music at 4 p.m. for the third time since moving in. Is it cool? Guess who will be getting reported today? Okay, bad, loud neighbors.
But what time did they say they were playing the music at?
They said here, maybe they meant 4 a.m., but it says 4 p.m.
4 p.m. if someone's playing loud music, I think that's okay.
4 p.m., somebody's playing loud music. I'm going to come over and rage with you.
Yeah, I don't think, if they meant 4 a.m., that's different. But at 4 p.m., if someone playing loud music, I'm not
Yeah.
against that.
We agree with the 4 p.m. party.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to figure what that is, too.
Unless it's the Black Eyed Peas playing.
Okay. Then you need to be
Then
called
we
out.
call the
Stop.
cops.
What if you go over there and really it's the Black Eyed Peas?
They're doing an
They're
impromptu
playing
concert.
all their own music.
I think that'd be pretty cool, actually.
Somebody wants to call out Virginia for putting Jaybird's address numbers on Instagram, and Jaybird's now getting letters to his house.
I'm sorry about that.
I do want to thank the person that sent, Rachel Young sent me a cup, a glass. She saw the address on the Instagram.
Cute. That's
and she
nice.
sent this to my house.
Hey, if
Oh, it's
I
a
get,
Bigfoot mug.
if I
Yeah.
get gifts, I'll give out my address, too.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great fun.
I think everyone knows where I live anyway, Kev.
I didn't show the street name. I mean, she's crafty.
It's not that hard. All you have to do is type that number in and then type Palm Beach Gardens. And then...
What was the number again?
Yeah. I mean, again, at this point, Kevin.
They did clarify it was 4 a.m. that the neighbors were, yes. Not
That's
4 p.m.
different.
That was a typo.
That is
4
different.
a.m. is not cool.
Your neighbors are douches.
Somebody said, I was listening to the ATSP podcast this last week. I want to call it the person who told the KVJ show to, quote, do better. Did they ever write back to Kevin's email? No, they did not, and other people have said something. They had called out Bert a little bit and then me for a topic that I brought up on the show, and just saying that it was not a good way to bring up racial discussions in America. So,
Yeah, basically mine was I'm kind of an awful person in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I can't do better, but I can do butter.
Okay. Delicious. Somebody said, I'm calling out Publix for giving my 16-year-old son the first dose of the vaccine as Moderna. And then saying, oh, whoopsie, you weren't supposed to give him that since he's not 18. I thought you could do it when you're 16.
I think the Pfizer is approved for that age group. Maybe not the Moderna.
Okay. It is confusing, and I have no idea. I
It
know they're
is.
allowing is it the Pfizer that's back on the market today at the only federal?
The Johnson & Johnson is the
Johnson.
one that they took away.
Yeah.
I didn't hear
and that one's back today.
It's
I
back?
think. Yeah.
Okay.
They're announcing that one's back, but I think you have to sign like waivers.
Yeah, saying if you get blood clots, you won't sue them.
Something like that, yeah. So there you go. All right, let me see here. Got an email for a column out here today. Somebody is calling out their neighbor and their aggressive dog. Said, I was visiting a friend of mine at his house with my 6-year-old when his pit bull suddenly attacked my son. The dog latched on, taking a chunk out of his thigh and his arm. It took me and his owner a couple of minutes to get him off my kid. We rushed my son to the hospital. He's fine, but he's always going to have scars. My friend took care of the medical bills, but I don't think that's enough. I think this dog needs to be put down. My demand has ended our friendship, so I have contacted several authorities about what can be done. I've been told that since the attack happened inside his home and I willingly entered the house, the dog could not be ordered to be put down. Doesn't that seem wrong to you? The dog could not do this again to anyone else who enters that home. Next time, it might even be worse. What do you guys think? Robert sent that in.
I'm a dog lover, so I'm highly against that email. I'm always going to... How do you know the kid wasn't doing something to taunt the dog? We don't have
Right.
all of the details. And the fact that you're going to be so adamant and over the top about destroying the dog, I get that your kid got hurt.
Yeah.
I understand that. I think there's a better way. I think there's a better way to handle this.
Yeah, if you choose to stay away and not be friends, that's your own choice.
But to constantly try to get that dog to be killed, I'm not feeling good about that at all.
And it's different, too, if it's in the house than if it's outside, I feel like. I feel like if the dog was just in his own home, in his own space,
Yeah.
he may have been territorial.
Right, you don't know what it was.
He may have not acted like that out and about. And, I mean, it sucks, but,
Okay.
that's tough.
He wants the dog put down, and his former friend is like, oh, no.
I just don't think you need to put the dog down. I mean, why do you have to kill the dog? I mean,
Right.
there's things you could probably do to make sure that, you know, there's ways you can prevent this from happening again. And it's in the own, again, Virginia's right. It's in the house. You don't know what the kid was doing either.
Yeah, it's interesting he's pushing it to that level. I can see, I mean, he paid your medical bills, and
Yeah.
he hopefully is apologetic.
Just don't go over there at the house again.
Yeah, seems like the right thing. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes on the KVJ show, we're going to do our own little version of fun here. Little kid or drunk adult. Had some fun little submissions that people had posted up on the Mic Drop feature. And we'll just try to guess when they did this dumb thing. Did they do it because they were a little kid or because they were a drunk adult? So there you go. And I believe that we have got a last minute column out here from Sandy and Margate who wanted to throw something out there for us to all drink in. Yes, Sandy, what did you want to call out today?
So I want to call out the people that are trying to say that there's worms in our surgical masks, nano worms, or whatever.
What?
That's not true. If you look at it up in a high-powered microscope, you can see little things inside of the surgical mask that are like black strands. But now, if you were to do that with, say, paper towels, say, towels, all kinds of stuff. But basically, there's fibers. They're just fibers. But people are saying that it's something else and creating a paranoia that doesn't really need to be there.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
You can't wear your mask because there's worms in it.
You got a worm mask.
Okay, well, that's a good thing to let people know. Thank you, Sandy. Good
They're just
heavens.
microfibers, and they're in everything.
Oh, my goodness.
But here's the thing. There are people that are going to believe it. Hashtag worm mask will be trending.
Totally. I mean, if you already are that person that goes in the store and yells about masks, and you see that there's worms in the mask, you love this.
See, this mask got larvae in it. It's got caterpillars.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Crazy stuff. That is the world we're in today.
I can't.
Yeah. Okay, little kid or drunk adult. We put up on social media. We encourage you to go to the free 97.9 WRMF app and leave us a little story. Leave a little space, too, to let us know if you're a little kid or a drunk adult. Because I found out that drunk adults look a lot like little kids, even just how they walk and they talk and the dumb things that they do. It's weird that just a little bit of alcohol can take us right back to the age of 3. It's basically about how we behave. So what do you think here about these that we have, including Brad, who sent this in on the mic drop feature? Do you think he was a little kid or a drunk adult when he did this?
So I had to go to the hospital once after lighting my parts on fire at a birthday party. I was actually in the hospital for 2 days because I did a little bit of rectal damage.
Oh, geez. Wow.
What a story.
Yeah, I had a buddy that used to do this all the time. He did not get hurt from it, but it wasn't until years later we found out that you actually could.
He did it all the time. That was his thing.
It was kind of his thing. Yeah, parties, whatever. But don't do it near the cake, Rob, but other than that.
In Logan, Ohio, does that get the chicks?
Yeah, we absolutely had a lot of ladies. A lot of ladies. Yeah, they love that.
Panty dropper.
It is. So I'm just going on my own history. I think probably more of a little kid, younger at least, and he maybe stretched it into his junior high years. I don't know, though. Could be something maybe as a drunk adult. Be like, I remember when I was a kid, I used to light my farts on fire.
It is a tricky maneuver.
Yeah.
I'm going drunk adult.
Okay, it does seem right. I'll go with that, too.
You're not supposed to let kids play with the fire, right?
Yeah,
I just feel like it's a drunk adult. He sounds proud about it, too.
He does.
All right, we're going drunk adult.
I was a drunk adult.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, nice choice on that. Thank you very much for submitting that, Brad. Got one here from Tim.
So I actually squirt lemon juice in my eye to impress a girl that I had this huge crush on, and she was not impressed.
Okay. She was not impressed.
If Panda would have done that on date 1, would you like that?
No. I think that has to be a little kid, right?
It's got to be a little kid.
Yeah, I agree. Little kid.
I was a little kid.
Okay, got that one. Thank you, Tim. Gloria sent this in on the mic drop feature.
Hey, KVJ. So was I a little kid or was I a drunk adult? Here's what happened. I hid in the trunk of my neighbor's car because I was convinced my house was being attacked by terrorists. Turns out just a parade was happening in my neighborhood that I didn't know about.
Oh, man, it's a tough one because I've seen drunk adults who would get all paranoid and act stupid. But I could see a little kid, especially the stuff on the news, depending upon when you grew up, that anything could make you feel like there's something going down.
I agree. I'm going to go little kid for that reason. There was too much news and it freaked her out.
Yeah, that's my guess. What do you think, Virginia?
Yeah, it feels more little kid.
Because I feel like if you're drunk, you're probably going to go confront it. If you're on edibles, I think you're paranoid.
Okay. All right, so we're going little kid on this.
I was a little kid.
Oh, bam.
Look at that.
We're 3 for 3 today. Very nice. Okay, then we got Gene, who sent this in for little kid or drunk adult.
What's up? Okay, KVJ. So, was I a little kid or a drunk adult? I fell asleep naked in the parking lot of a Chuck E. Cheese Not in a car, but the actual parking lot. Like on the ground.
Okay. That's a drunk adult.
That's definitely a drunk adult.
A drunk adult at a kid's place. Hopefully it's way after hours.
There's no way.
I hope that's not like at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday.
We all want him to be a little kid, but I think we know.
There's no way it's a little kid.
Drunk adult.
I was a drunk adult.
Yeah.
Perfect score.
Come on now. And one more here from Maura, little kid or drunk adult.
I painted my sister's hamster gray and then tried to convince her it was a stray cat. Shockingly, she didn't believe me.
Oh, my gosh.
He's so layered.
I mean, I feel like you're on acid at that point.
Right?
That's insane.
What got into you?
Yee. Okay, that's a little kid, right?
It's got to be a little kid.
Yeah, it's got to be, right?
I was a drunk adult.
Oh, no.
We lost the perfect score.
Oh, Maura. Wow, okay. That was a curveball there.
It was.
Dang, okay. Perfect scores out the window.
Imagine some drunk person painting a hamster, then try to convince you it was a
stray cat.
What the heck, man?
The size difference.
Nuts. Wow. Well, the drunk adults were out in full force this weekend. Virginia was one of them, making her own videos. A lot of fun that you had.
Not just randomly knocking on people's doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, beware.
Yeah, that Boca Bash was a little crazy as well.
How did that go? Because I saw some of the early reporting that your daughter Caitlin was doing from the water, from the boat in Boca Bash.
Yeah, you can see that right there. If you're watching KVJ TV, that is the video that she was making. I kept getting on her. I'm like, you are going to be doing Daddy's Drunk Girl Trivia, aren't you? So Daddy gives assignments when she goes out to Boca Bash.
It doesn't sound right.
It does sound like a
Daddy's
weird...
Drunk Girl Trivia. Please never say that again.
Daddy needs you to do me a favor with your hot young girlfriends.
Did you get Daddy's Drunk Girl Trivia yet?
Hey, it's creepy, but I got a job to do.
Can you take some pictures for Daddy, too?
Yeah, she was sending me some photos. I'm like, I don't need photos. I just need I need the audio.
Daddy needs it now.
I don't know. I kind of want to see the pictures.
Oh, you want to see the photos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Why don't I show you some
Let
of
him
the photos?
fly, Daddy.
Yeah. Let me see if I have some of them here. Yeah, they're having a good time. Okay, that's her and her friends on the boat. That they're out there. It was packed. I don't know if you saw any of the photos that were going on from Boca Bash. It was just slammed. They say maybe biggest crowd they've ever had. It was insane. And I didn't realize this Boca Bash, if you don't know what it is, it's in Lake Boca, and it's just people that tether together. It's a big flotilla that goes on. And apparently it started 10 years ago when somebody held a giant birthday party for a friend, and a bunch of boats came out, and they said, that was so much fun, let's do it again next year. And then other people started joining in, and now all of a sudden it's one of the biggest things. There's a video just kind of taking a quick look at how many people were out there on Lake Boca yesterday, and each year it seems to get bigger and bigger.
It's unsanctioned, but it is a rager.
It is. You know what? It either makes a lot of people happy or a lot of people really angry.
Depend on your age.
Yeah, and where you are.
and your headspace.
Right. So I know a lot of people were not very happy at what went down.
They need to just chill.
Yeah. So there you go. So that went down yesterday. And then hopefully coming up on Friday, we do have a Boca Bash infused version of Drunk Girl Trivia.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Well, it's Monday. Maybe you look at life and say, gosh, things are just not going right or well for me. Well, the FML page might pick up your spirits a little bit. These are people who are going through their own struggles, but try to find the humor in life. And then they post about it on this website that stands for F My Life. Somebody said, today I found out why the group chat I was in with my friends has been dead. Apparently, they made a group chat without me in it so that they could make fun of me behind my back. Oh man.
Dang.
Oh, what the heck?
That one hurts.
How hurt would you be if there was a group chat? It's me, Suits, the Diet Pansy, Denny's. It's all about you. We're all talking about the witch.
I'm not surprised.
No, that's not.
I thought so.
We do have separate group chats within this group. You know that, right?
Yeah. So what is it?
All right. I'm just making sure.
No, Virginia's trying to start something here.
That's what witches do, dog. They cause drama.
She's trying to stir it up.
I'm stirring that cauldron.
They cause destruction, pain, fear.
This on the FML side says, today I went to check on my 2-year-old daughter in her playroom since she was being awfully quiet. When I walked in, I saw her finger painting with her own feces on her kitty table. FML.
I think kids do this a lot.
Okay.
I know there was a family member, and I won't say who, they got into their poop and they explored it as a child. And really, it was in the hair, on the wall.
Thanks, kid.
Oh, boy.
Thanks, kid. Somebody posted up, today I got the most action I've had in about 3 years when my dentist pressed her boobs against the top of my head to fill my cavities. I really need to find a girlfriend. FML. Okay. Some people like that move. Today, I lovingly simmered a chicken carcass, vegetables, and spices to make a delicious soup, and it took me 2 hours. Then after all that, I just mindlessly went over to the sink and strained out the chicken bones and let the soup pour right down the sink.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Your brain was on automatic.
Oh, you go on that autopilot, you do something dumb, you're like, what did I do? I just spent 2 hours on that soup. I just poured down the drain.
Living on automatic can be a dangerous world. Trust me.
Dang. Today, I found out that my mom has been using my electric shaver for several months now to shave her quote-unquote lady garden and underarms.
Lady garden.
Would you be that grossed out if you found out your parents were you? I mean, I'm not grossed out, honestly.
I'm not. I mean,
I'm not a fan of
there's worse things that could happen.
I knew it would gross out Kevin.
I'm not a fan of it.
I would be okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, we shared everything growing up. It's just funny because I wasn't an only child and you were.
If it's alcohol disinfected, possibly. But yeah, you're right. My stuff's my stuff. Today, while watching a news clip about NASA's Mars helicopter Ingenuity, my wife asked me if Mars has a sun. She was serious. FML. It does, actually.
It has the same one we have.
Mm-hmm. Somebody else posted up on the FML site. Today, I found out that a burglar broke into my house, and since I didn't have expensive stuff for them to steal, they took my fleshlight.
Well, that is on them.
That's so gross.
They're probably a sexual deviant.
Oh, my goodness.
They probably loved your fleshlight and were like, score.
Yeah, if you don't know what that is, look it up or don't.
Don't Google it because you're going to get a lot of stuff on your computer.
Today, I had to create a new password for my computer. I had to do it to stop my father from watching porn.
Some of the older generation finds out that it's free and you don't have to buy it anymore from a magazine.
You need a password protection because your dad is using your laptop or whatever.
At that point, Dad, just get your own laptop.
Yeah.
Gosh.
You know what you got to get him for Christmas, right?
I wouldn't want to use that thing after.
Just get him his own.
Today, I found out that just because your boyfriend asked you to marry him doesn't mean that he's actually going to show up to the wedding. Oh,
that sucks.
That is harsh. Somebody said, today my girlfriend's mom pulled me aside and started telling me about how her daughter was extremely depressed and suicidal before she met me and how happy her family is because of me. I was planning on breaking up with her this weekend.
Oh, no.
What do you do if you're in that situation? Your heart's not in it.
Wow.
That's
Your heart's not in it.
That's tough.
Are you supposed to stay with that person?
But, I mean, if you break up with them, are they going to try to kill themselves? That's heavy.
Then what do you do?
Dang.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't know. That is a great question. Okay, well, there you go. People are going through it. It's not just you. FML website. I guess we could call him Electric Bird. What is this? You shoot sparks out of your body? What's going on with you?
Well, my boy Bigfoot saw it and then Denny saw it. I get this feeling where I feel like I'm shocked. A shock feeling comes out and it looks like a quick burst of light comes somewhere out of my body. Peace Train saw it, and so did Bigfoot. And it's odd. It feels like an electrical shock coming from my insides.
And you're not touching anything?
No. I was.
Do you think you've been riding the shot collar one too many times here on the show?
Well, I'm just wondering I know sometimes people can touch doorknobs and they can have a little electricity.
Yeah, that's the static electricity that you build up in your body.
I'm wondering if there's something going on like that, but at a bigger level. I know I sound crazy. I know I sound like I'm making it up. I have 2 eyewitnesses.
There might be a scientific explanation for that because just like you do build up static electricity, you ever done that trick where you shuffle your feet on a carpet and then you know you're building up static electricity, you go up and you shock somebody?
Yes.
Maybe it might have to do with either the clothes you wear or how you walk or the surfaces that you're walking on that you're building up some kind of electricity.
Or the amount of miles you put on that fleshlight.
Yeah.
The arm looked like a quick shock, or
which arm?
Like a zap.
Is it the arm you use?
No, it's not my masturbation arm, Virginia.
Yeah, I thought it was static electricity at first too, but it's a pretty big zap. I don't know.
You saw it with your eyes?
I did.
Where was he? What was he doing?
Sitting.
Yeah, I mean, we were just sitting. That's why I thought maybe
Were you
the
sitting on
shuffle.
that crappy sofa?
No, I was actually at Denny's house.
Okay.
Huh.
But I mean, I do have a shaggy carpet, but I mean, Bird was wearing like denim, so I mean, it's like I constantly am shuffling around on that carpet.
And then the time with Bigfoot, I was sitting in a chair and he was looking down at me, and as I'm looking up, we were laughing, and then I got this really weird feeling, and the shock happened. He goes, "What the hell was that?" I go, "I felt like I just got shocked. Did you see the light?" And he goes, "Yes, like a quick little light."
Yeah, there
I know it sounds like I'm making it up. I get it. It does. It sounds insane.
You throw off hot bursts.
I throw off hot bursts.
There might be a scientific explanation for what's going on here. Maybe some people do carry electrical charges in them. Maybe it's either the body chemistry or, like I said, clothes they wear or how they walk. I know that I had that thing. It hadn't been bad lately, but I used to have this thing. Everything I touched electronically would break. And I'm so careful with everything.
You did. You had like an electromagnetic field around you.
It's just weird. I would touch new things, not touching them hard, not that anything was aggressive. I'm very genteel with everything. I treat it like it's a baby. But I would touch it and it just wouldn't work. It was crazy.
Some pretty funny comments in the chat room. So Grant said instead of 2 eyewitnesses, 2 high witnesses.
Right.
I mean,
could be.
It was just bizarre.
Yeah, Penelope did say, OMG, that did happen to me the other night, too. Random flash of light. So.
Yeah, it's really happening, and it feels for like 2 seconds I'm being shocked.
I wonder if it has anything to do with, like, you know how they say some people just combust?
Yeah.
Is this just warning signs for when you blow?
Did I go too hard with the carbs? Is it finally just too much?
Are the carbs doing it?
I don't know. Someone said too, possibly with the ghost stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting connections. I don't know if science has an explanation for you or not, Jay Bird.
I sound insane.
Yeah.
And you've been messing with
Thoroughly.
propane a lot lately? I don't know if this is good.
Yeah.
Dude, you're going to blow.
I'm all over my gas stove. Me and that thing it's like we're dating.
Oh, yeah.
Going steady, man.
You're going to go out with a bang.
Oh,
there's no doubt.
She's going to blow sky
You know
high.
this dude ain't going out quietly.
No.
You get all my vintage Yodas.
Yeah, they're going to be
The charred ones?
charred.
Yeah. The charred ones.
All your fried possessions? Thanks.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, if you have been on the Genesis 2 Church of Health and Healing website, do not buy their miracle mineral solution. They were selling it as maybe a cure-all for a variety of illnesses, anything from cancer to autism to malaria, and of course, COVID-19.
Smells like snake oil to me.
Yeah. Apparently, it is really nothing but a bad product you don't want to put in your body. They said it's pretty much the same as drinking bleach, and it can be fatal.
Oh my gosh.
Now listen to what these numbskulls did. It was a father and his 3 sons. They were selling this toxic industrial bleach as this coronavirus cure through their Bradenton-based church. And there was actually a Miami federal judge last April that said, stop, don't do it. And they just ignored them. And so now they said, okay, all right, now they've been indicted on federal charges.
Lock them up.
And they face possible life sentences if convicted.
Good. If a judge told you not to do it and you continue to do it and people are ingesting this stuff and you're faith-based, you're a douche.
Big dummies. Yeah.
Tricking people, taking their money,
Yep.
and possibly killing them.
Yep.
You deserve to rot in jail.
Apparently they will. Don't know if you saw what we had retweeted yesterday, or just maybe even you got to see it in person. There's a brawl went down inside Miami International Airport.
I saw your tweets.
Yeah, it was outside of gate D14, right by the Urban Decay store that they've got there in MIA, if you know the airport at all. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if they tried to give somebody the middle seat or what. But, man, it was nutty, the brawl that was going on. I mean, it cleared out like the whole section right there by gate D14. I would say that probably there were about 6 to 9 people in all that were fighting.
If you fight in an airport, is that more of a serious charge because, you know, terrorism stuff?
I was wondering that. Yeah, one person only, it seems like, got arrested and was charged with disorderly conduct. Another person was treated for minor injuries. So I don't know exactly what the charges are going to be, but
I wish I knew like what happened right before that happened, because the fight video it goes on for a long time. There's multiple fights that have like splintered and gone off to different sections right there at that gate. So you've got one fight over here on the right, another fight on the left. Like what happened right before that?
It's one of those kind of fights where if there was a band playing, they would have kept playing as the fight was going on.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people deserve to get their ass kicked.
Yeah, it was
like, I want to know why and how.
Did someone try to snatch a bag from somebody?
Right. Somebody mouth off to the wrong guy. And the guy put him in his place.
Because they're fighting like they've had beef for 50 years.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's on the KVJ Twitter if you want to go see the full thing. Also on Kvj TV there, we just showed you. There's a woman in Georgia that hit 3 teenagers who worked at a Zaxby's fast food joint with her car after she got in an argument with them in the drive-thru.
Damn, girl.
People are just losing their minds.
Especially at a drive-thru.
You can't mow down pedestrians with your car, even if you're not happy with your chicken.
Yeah. Another thing you can't do, you can't take out your high school students drinking. There was a high school teacher in the UK who got drunk with some students and then took them to a strip club during a class trip.
This was a common thing, though, back in the day.
Yeah.
80s and 90s, teachers would party with their students.
Well, and students were cool and didn't talk about it. Now, these ingrates.
Well, they make videos and do dumb things.
Stupid TikTok.
Yeah.
Back when kids were cool, man.
Yeah, in my day, we didn't rat out the cool-ass teacher.
Yep. No, you didn't.
Dumb it. You don't deserve any of the fun that teacher gave you. Stupid kids.
You stay with the teacher.
I stayed with the teacher.
Amazingly, he's only been banned from teaching for 3 years. So
that's it.
After that, he can come back.
All right.
Party.
Punishment's not so bad.
Can't do this either, teachers. There's a kindergarten teacher in Virginia that apparently was doing blow during her class.
Kindergarten?
Yeah.
Well, you got to keep up with those kids, man.
You do. She got arrested last week and was charged with felony drug possession.
So that makes me think they already suspected her of doing cocaine and they were watching her. Because a kindergarten class usually have another person, an assistant, and that's
like
it.
A teacher's aide,
Right.
yeah.
Probably was. There's a guy in Georgia that got arrested after his neighbor's dog found his bag of meth and carried it home.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Here you go. Here's your meth.
What a sweet story.
There's a woman who crashed more than a dozen weddings in Alabama, Tennessee, and Mississippi and stole gifts at all of them. And now they finally tracked her down and they've identified her.
What an animal.
Yeah, that's wedding crashing to a jerky level.
It's kind of a fun thing to see if you can do, though, if you're ever out and about. Now, I do not condone taking gifts.
No.
But I like when there's a wedding going on and you're in a hotel and there's a whole bunch of them and they're drinking and you just left dinner, so you're drinking and you're like, come on, let's go in here and see if we can blend in with the wedding party and get free open bar.
I mean, it seems like a harmless crime.
Yeah.
Other than the stealing of alcohol, it's not yours.
Open bar, it's unlimited drinks, so...
There was a guy in Japan had an interesting scam. He had 35 different girlfriends, and he was trying to get them all to buy him birthday presents. But apparently he only got about $1,400 worth of presents before he got busted. 35 girlfriends at $1,400? That's not a lot.
No.
That they think about your relationship to buy you a gift.
How the hell could you juggle 35 chicks?
Well, you can't. That's why this makes me think this story is suspect.
Well, he was arrested for it, so they're going to try to present evidence that
Arrested?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
Why?
for fraud.
Is it in China? Maybe they have different
Japan.
law. Japan. All right.
Yeah. So each girlfriend only spent $40 on him, so not how good of a boyfriend he really was. There's a woman in Texas who just found out she had an outstanding felony charge from more than 20 years ago over a VHS tape of Sabrina the Teenage Witch that she never returned. The video store went out of business in 2008, and the county has decided to drop the charges, thankfully, but my goodness. Okay.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Imagine if you have that still. I mean, what happened to all those Blockbuster VHS tapes?
That's a great question.
Where did they go?
Landfill.
I'm wondering, yeah.
Oh, it's got to go somewhere.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. 3 men from New York have been arrested for a string of thefts of safe deposit boxes in Europe from a few years ago. They got more than $30 million in their heists.
If you could figure out how to get in everybody's safe deposit box, I mean, that's where people put their best stuff.
Yeah.
It's all the best stuff in one area.
Right.
I mean, geez.
They'll even put things like baseball cards in there. It's
Totally.
all kind of.
You put like weapons in there. You put cash, jewelry, savings bonds. Like everybody puts their most special stuff there.
Mm-hmm. This is kind of cool. There's a guy who works at a treasure hunter that helped a family in Massachusetts search their home to find a metal box under the floorboards that had been there since the 1950s. Inside, $46,000 in cash.
Sweet.
How cool is that, huh?
That's amazing.
Wish I had a box like that under my floorboards.
I would rip the floor up tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, and I probably wouldn't take the money to fix it. I'd just leave the hole. Look out, kids.
Look, kids, we got a little, a fun little hole to play in.
Yes, that's right.
You guys love holes.
That'd be fun. In the middle of the night, you just hear a crash. You just start snickering to yourself. Kid fell in the hole again. There's a woman in Seattle who just tweeted about how the hospital messed up her baby's birth certificate. She was trying to name her daughter Cora, but apparently somebody accidentally replaced the A with an N. So she was just spelled like the heavy metal band Korn's.
K-O-R-N.
K-O-R-N. And now that tweet is going viral because of it. I don't know what Denny's was doing over the weekend, but a guy in Nebraska named Josh sent an invitation to everybody that he could find in the area named Josh last year to have a Josh fight.
Josh
on
fight?
the 24th of April in 2021. And Saturday, actually, a bunch of Joshes showed up. They wore costumes and fought with pool noodles, and a 4-year-old named Josh won.
Yeah.
So go figure. There you go.
People are still kind of bored with the pandemic.
They are. I'm glad they fought with pool noodles and not with their fists.
That's true.
And if the 4-year-old won, it kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Joshes are peaceful.
They
look
are.
at that guy in there. So peaceful.
This is 97.9 WRMF, Palm Beach.
Now, the Academy Awards was last night. Nomadland was the night's biggest winner. They took home Oscars for Best Picture, Best Actress for Frances McDormand. She's amazing, isn't she? And Best Director for Chloe Zhao, who is the first woman of color to win the award. The most controversial win went to Anthony Hopkins. He's 83. He won for Best Actor for his role in The Father. And a lot of people thought that maybe Chadwick Boseman was going to get that. He was kind of the favorite going in. So what would be an Oscar and Academy Award without the controversy of who got the snubs?
Drama.
Yes, drama. Of course it went on. But how much do you actually know about the Academy Awards? I'm going to put you to the test right now.
It's time to gain some knowledge. You learn more here than you would in college. We're the smartest radio station. We are the leaders in education. Is it truth? Is it lies? Kevin's the host. He's got beady eyes. Fact or fiction?
Yeah, okay. How much you know about the Academy Awards? Fact or fiction? Virginia, you're going to start us off here. The Oscars were named after a janitor that was beloved by Hollywood greats like Groucho Marx. That's where they got the name for the statue. Fact or fiction?
From the janitor, it doesn't feel right. I'm going fiction.
You are right. Made that one up. In fact, nobody really knows how the Academy Awards started being called the Oscars. Just happened, I guess. Still a mystery. Jaybird, fact or fiction? There has never been an Oscar winner named Oscar. Fact or fiction?
Seems like Kevin trickery. I'm going to go fact.
You talked yourself out of
I
it.
talked out in the last second. Always go with your gut, Bert.
What's your name?
I call myself Bert.
Bert?
Who's Bert?
Bert?
Does that make Denny's Ernie?
Oh, I love that.
Oscar Hammerstein II of Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Oh.
Or Hammerstein.
That's right. Back in the 40s.
Close, yeah. You're right there, right? Pretty much. They had songs from a couple of flicks in the 40s. They won twice for Best Original Song.
That's right.
So that's who won it, named Oscar. Fact or fiction, Virginia? Emmy Awards are both taller and heavier than the Oscars.
Emmys are definitely taller and definitely heavier. Fact.
Okay.
Damn it.
They're 2 inches taller, but Oscars are about 3 pounds heavier.
Yep.
Huh.
Just so you know.
Everybody kind of knows that one.
I'm about 3 pounds heavier, too, after this weekend.
Girl, ain't we all?
Yeah. And Jaybird, fact or fiction? Because metal was scarce, the Oscars given out during World War II were actually made from wood.
Seems like an olden times thing to do. I think they cared about metal back then. Fact.
That is correct. So Oscar Hammerstein got himself a wood Oscar. What a terrible time to win.
Not as cool.
No, that's not nearly as cool to win. Okay, what do you think about this? Fact or fiction, Virginia? Samuel L. Jackson is the only person who's ever won an Oscar for acting in a Quentin Tarantino movie. Is that fact or fiction?
Fact? Curses.
No, it was Christoph Waltz who won Best Supporting Actor for both Inglourious Bastards and Django Unchained. Okay, there you go. Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson never won one of those.
He deserves one.
Oh, Kevin with the trickery.
He's hurting your brain.
What do you think about this, Bird? Fact or fiction? Eminem has won as many Oscars as Leo DiCaprio.
That's a fact. He won it for 8 Mile.
Yeah. They both have one. Eminem for Lose Yourself that he did for 8 Mile. And then Leo won for The Revenant in 2016.
The Revenant, it was good. It was, you know.
Is that movie where he fought that bear?
It's one of those movies where you watch it because everyone says it's good and it's shot well. I don't think you could watch it again, though. You know what happens. The bear's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Haven't even seen it once. Don't know if I have the urge.
I think you would like it.
Okay. Maybe one day. Virginia, fact or fiction here. The guy who played Fredo Corleone in The Godfather only appeared in 5 movies, and every one of them was nominated for an Academy Award. Fact or fiction?
Jaybird's whispering fact.
It's definitely a fact.
Definitely a fact?
Sure.
I bet both of our faces on it.
Damn, that's a lot. All right, we're going to say fact.
It is. Yeah, his name was John Cazale, and he appeared in 5 movies that were nominated for Best Picture: Godfather 1 and 2, The Deer Hunter, The Conversation, and Dog Day Afternoon.
Wow.
They did a documentary on him. He was a really good actor and respected, and then he died from a disease kind of before his time a bit.
How about that, though?
Yeah.
Every movie he ever appeared in was winning for Best Picture.
Solid.
They said even though his mannerisms that he chose to do was just so good for each character.
Wow.
Yeah. He's great as Fredo.
He was.
I loved him. You felt bad for him.
A wormy kind of
He was a wormy guy
pathetic.
you kind of felt bad for.
Yeah. Uh-huh. What about this, Bird? Fact or fiction? Only one Adam Sandler film has ever gotten an Oscar nomination. Fact or fiction?
I don't know if there's been one. Oh, yeah, fact. There has been. That Jewel one. Fact.
You're going to say fact? You're correct. Click was nominated for Best Makeup in 2006, but it lost to Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The Click one.
Yeah. Right on. Okay, Virginia, imagine if you could beat Jaybird not only in Academy Award Fact or Fiction, but dealing with Star Wars. I got 2 left here.
Oh.
Fact or fiction? The first Star Wars movie got an Oscar nomination for Best Picture but didn't win. Is that fact or fiction, Virginia?
Let me rub my Baby Yoda hand sanitizer that Rocco bought me.
There's no business a Sith should have that in their hands.
Well, I'm going fact.
You're going to go with the fact on that. Virginia, yours is correct.
I heard how she's using Star Wars props, and she got it right. And of course, she's using Baby Yoda. It was commercial.
I love Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Rocco, my baby bought me that. Look how
That's
cute.
so cute.
Aww.
He's going to beat me on Star Wars.
Annie Hall won Best Picture, but Star Wars did win 6 Oscars that year, including Best Editing, Visual Effects, and Original Score. All right, Bird, Virginia got hers right.
And they weren't expecting to win either, Virginia.
No problem. You want to use mine? You want to rub it?
I never use it. I never use a witch's potion.
All right, your fact or fiction, Jaybird. George Lucas didn't win any Oscars for Star Wars, but his ex-wife did. Is that fact or fiction?
The Force does not feel strong with me on this one. I'm going to go fiction.
Okay.
Seems like Kev. Oh, I can tell I got it wrong just by the way Kevin looks.
Oh, you should have rubbed my baby Yoda.
Kevin's face said it all.
Oh, dog, you just lost to Virginia. And
Damn.
Star Wars fact or
Star
fiction?
Wars.
Marcia Lucas won the Oscar for Best Film Editing for Star Wars in 1978. She and George then got divorced in 1983.
And she took everything.
Wow.
Dang.
She took a lot.
Okay, there you go. Now, this is an interesting phenomenon here that I was looking up and a little bit more into. Sunbathing naked.
I'm
I
a
told
fan.
you that, I like to get the naughty bits. A little tan every now and then. I don't want those crazy tan lines. I like hanging out back, and I've got a privacy wall up. But, the other day I kind of realized because there were some palm fronds, I was back there. I'm like, oh, I need to go get those, but I didn't have necessarily a ladder or one to go drag it out. So I just kind of climbed up on the privacy wall and trimmed it. Sometimes people do. And I was just wondering, okay, yeah, you do have a privacy wall, but every now and then somebody's gaze might come over that wall.
Well, you can stand up like you're talking about and start doing some yard work. And how do you know when you're standing up? You have to stand up on something. You're looking in your neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
How do I know there ain't going to be some breasts in my face?
It could happen. If I keep doing this, eventually there's probably going to be a day and a time. Now, I listen for something. If I hear something going on, like I heard somebody doing a little project, you don't take the drawers off. You keep them on because they might be peeking.
It's weird when you walk in on something and you're not. That's what
Yeah.
happened to me at the Peace River when that woman was taking a dump in the morning. I wasn't supposed to see it, and we locked eyes.
Yeah.
I
I hate being in that situation.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. I don't want anybody to see me. But I kind of looked this up, and it said in Florida, public nudity is deemed unacceptable, but there are unofficial nudist beaches or reports that topless sunbathing is okay in specific locations and situations. So that is the rule on sunbathing naked in the state of Florida. And apparently, like Florida, 35 states say that topless sunbathing is generally acceptable, saving full nudity to designated nudist areas. But it sounds like if you are in a place where you should deem to have privacy, that in Florida you can sunbathe the naughty bits.
Take them out, Kev.
Let them breathe, brother. They deserve it.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was feeling, so
And
we'll
look,
see.
if you're looking at me bending over naked and with my nards, that's on you. You know what?
Yeah.
You have a couple seconds to go, oh crap, he's naked, and then look away. If you want to keep looking, that is on you.
It's just nudity, right?
It's
not
all
a big
it is.
deal.
It's God's uniform.
Right?
That's how we were born.
And after a while, it stops being sexy. It's not going to be turning anybody on.
Oh, it stopped.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's alarming how gross I am right now.
Yeah, they say there are another 11 states where some nudity is okay, but you got to be careful. And there are 4 states that basically have banned sunbathing naked altogether. Don't do it in Utah, Indiana, Tennessee, and South Carolina.
See, yeah, those are the no fun states.
They are. Utah.
Florida would never come with that kind of crap.
It just wouldn't work. I mean, we're the Sunshine State. You can't have that. You got to be able to sunbathe naked.
If my boy wants to suntan his buns, he should be allowed to.
Absolutely. Your privacy wall is high.
Well, it's not like
Yeah.
you're going out there and celebrating it. You're not going to Walmart
Right.
and taking your buns out.
Yeah.
You're going in your own yard, damn it.
So if you heard me talking about that the other day on the show, that's kind of the official word. You should be okay if you're in an area where you should deem to have privacy.
Okay.
You should be more worried about the fact that your mother-in-law lives with you than your neighbors.
Yo, I got a lot of things to worry
Has
about,
your
Virginia.
mother-in-law ever caught you in the backyard nude sunbathing?
She works during the day.
Okay.
But again, I'd even say, okay, give her 2 seconds. Oh, Kevin's naked. Let me look the other way.
There's a lot of, it's amazing. As far as I know, she has not ever yet seen me naked. And there's a lot of instances where it could have happened because I'll be in our room and my wife enters a room like she's Kramer from Seinfeld. I don't know. She does everything aggressively and harsh. And she flings the door wide open. And I'm like, where can I go anywhere in this house where I can deem to have any kind of privacy?
I bet you Debbie has seen your balls.
I'm wondering if she were honest. Yeah, has my
She
mother-in-law seen?
She wouldn't say anything.
If I was a betting man, and I am, I'm putting $50. She's seen your nards.
Think so?
Yeah, we do.
50.
She looks real quick and then she's like, oh my gosh. And she
Yeah.
looks away and she never speaks of it.
She's a pro. She's not going to make it weird.
Yeah.
But she's seen your nards.
Over under 5 times. It's been 10 years.
I'm going to go under but it's
4.
It's at 4. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're at the brim with it, brother.
Aren't these are like the answers to the questions you want to have in your life? You know?
Those stat questions
Right,
you
yeah.
want to know.
I just wanna know, what is that number?
Let's ring that cell phone, Debbie.
I would really love to know the legit answer on that.
And I don't think she'd be honest, even if I got her on.
It's more of the KVJ Show right now on 97.9 WRMF.
So this would be kind of terrifying. Here you are on that SpaceX Starship Endeavour, the one that took off from Cape Canaveral here in Florida last week. You're heading to the International Space Station with your 4-person crew. And right after takeoff, they tell you from Mission Control, yeah, we're going to need you to buckle up and prepare for a crash. Wait, what?
Buckle up and prepare for a crash. What are you crashing into?
Well, that was just it. Something was blipping on the radar, and they said there was no time for an avoidance maneuver, so they were told to put on their pressurized suits in case there was some kind of collision. Now, a lot of people were writing up in the stories that it was space debris that ended up passing about 28 miles from the capsule, they say, which was a safe distance, but they had to be prepared should something happen and things get weird. I guess they don't know.
Space trash?
They always say space debris. If they can't figure out what it was, they say it's debris.
NASA spokesman Kelly Humphrey said the object being tracked is classified as unknown. So it was some chunk of metal or something that was up there in space. They really don't know what it was at this time. Could have been an old satellite. Could have been, I don't know, Studebaker. I have no clue.
I think it was Elon Musk getting his fleet of motherships ready to go.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be taking people to Mars and killing them there. You heard him laugh about it in the earlier Dirt of the Day.
And don't sleep on that Halsey either.
Yeah, there's...
He's not with
Or
Halsey.
Grimesy.
He's with
Yeah.
Grimes.
Or Grimes.
Halsey's not an alien, we don't think.
doing everything he can to try to hook them up, isn't he?
You confuse Grimes for Halsey.
Why do I get Grimesy and Halsey mixed up all the time?
I mean, they kind of sound close.
As you were, Kevin.
Okay. Yeah, if you missed it earlier, Elon Musk, he's, talking a lot about Mars. In fact, he believes that we're going to be landing humans there in 2026.
But humans are going to die in the process.
That's what he said.
I mean, honestly, a bunch of people probably will die in the beginning. It's tough sledding over there. Yeah, exactly. Not for everyone. We don't want to make anyone go, so it's volunteers only.
Okay, well, there you go. So sign up. You're going to die, but sign up. Good luck.
Take me to your leaner.
Some people just love the space thing. I was seeing that 4-person crew that just went up in the SpaceX rocket last week, they're going to be on the International Space Station for 6 months. Now, I started thinking about that. And remember how we were in the little lockdown during the pandemic and how insane you were going? And you could still go out in your yard, see the sun, do all those kind of things. Take a little drive if you wanted to. Can you imagine that, being in a box for 6 months?
You better download a lot of stuff, my friends.
I would be bored after about 20 minutes. I don't get the appeal.
Well, even if you had access to watch anything you want, you'd want to get up and move around and get the heck out of that box.
Right.
Yeah, even if you got stuff to do, just after a while anywhere, you just start to feel, like the world's closing in on you. I couldn't even imagine 6 months in that thing.
How long could you do before you start to go mad?
4 hours.
Yeah, I don't think I last more than a week.
No, I would be going nuts. They probably would have to kill me.
I could do a month. A month.
You think so?
And then I think it starts to close in.
You were the one who was saying you were going to do a month without cheese, and you lasted 12 hours.
Well, I forgot about the
terrible
assignment.
timetables.
I forgot about the assignment, but I'm back on that no cheese train. Hey, you fall off the horse, you get back on the horse.
Yeah. Well, the interesting side note, Elon Musk is going to be hosting SNL on May 8th. Apparently, he's such a big name now, he's going to launch people to Mars and try comedy.
That's when it all goes down. Live broadcast, he's going to control our minds.
He's going to unzip his flesh suit and
The
come
big
out
reveal.
as the alien he is.
So does Lorne Michaels. He takes off his mask. You realize, oh my gosh.
They're all aliens.
At the very least, it's a funny skit.
Yeah.
Yes, at the very least. All right, the KVJ After the Show podcast is going to be coming up on YouTube. You can watch it live, get it on demand, whatever you want. Before we get to that, though, Bird, if you'd wrap us up here with your thought for the day.
A peacock that rests on his tail feathers is just another turkey.
Okay.
A peacock that rests on his tail feathers is just another turkey.
That don't make no sense.
Well, then hit it up with your girl, Dolly Parton. Never hear of her? Okay, then.
That's the Dolly Parton quote you took? She's got a million amazing quotes. That's a turd.
Kevin, make it stop. Please turn off that witch's microphone. Please.
I got to turn it right back on again. We got the podcast coming up.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.